हाय एवरीवन, इट्स वेंसडे और आज वो दिन है जब मैं आपके लिए करंट अफेयर ले आती हूँ इकोनॉमिक्स का। आज मैंने थोड़ा अलग करा है। मैंने एक डॉक्यूमेंट प्रिपेयर नहीं करा है, मैंने एक्चुअली आर्टिकल को ही उठाया है कि मैं आर्टिकल में से आपको पढ़ाऊँ। सो आई जस्ट शेयर द स्क्रीन सो दैट यू ऑल नो कि मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ। सो बेसिकली ये एक आर्टिकल मिंट में आया था, एंड इफ यू वांट डेट या इफ यू वांट मी टू शेयर दिस विद यू, लेट मी नो। आई शेयर द पेपर इटसेल्फ कंप्लीटली ऑन टेलीग्राम ग्रुप। टेलीग्राम ग्रुप कहाँ पर है? डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में जाते ही सबसे पहला लिंक टेलीग्राम का है, सो वहां पे देखो। एंड आपको टेलीग्राम ग्रुप मिल जाएगा देखने को। वहां पे मैं ये पेपर डाल दूंगी इफ यू नीड। एंड ये आर्टिकल मुझे एक्चुअली इतना अच्छा लगा ना कि आई थॉट इसमें से कुछ भी निकालना इज नॉट मेकिंग सेंस। इट्स बेटर हम डायरेक्ट इस आर्टिकल को ही पढ़ें और कुछ चीजें समझें। ठीक है, सो विल स्टार्ट डायरेक्टली। द टाइटल इज फोरकास्ट क्लाउडी विद अ चांस ऑफ प्राइस फॉल्स। क्या हो रहा है, मैं आपको कई बार क्योंकि अब हम बहुत ही फ्रीक्वेंट है आर्टिकल्स में शेयर करती हूँ वेंसडे एंड सैटरडे। इफ यू बीन फॉलोइंग यू वुड नो कि हमने तूर दाल पे भी बात करी थी हमने, देन एमएसपी पे बात करी थी, पैडी एंड वीट क्यों ग्रो करना चाहते हैं फार्मर्स, हमने डेटा के थ्रू बात करी थी। यही चीज न्यूज में कॉन्स्टेंटली राउंड्स ले रही है, एंड दिस इज अ ह्यूज लाइक एस्से लाइक आर्टिकल जो मुझे दिखा। एंड आई थॉट इट इज वेरी हेल्पफुल। कोई एक पर्सपेक्टिव तो मिलेगा। कल को आपका कोई भी एग्जाम है, उसमें कुछ लिखना है, मेंशन करना है, ट्रेंड मेंशन करना है, या प्रॉब्लम क्या हो रही है वो समझना है। तो उसके लिए मुझे ये आर्टिकल ओवरऑल काफी अच्छा लगा। So from staples to perishables, a bumper kharif harvest can temper the inflation point operant. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे अब issues क्या हो रहा है? I'll just zoom so that everybody can see. The article is beautifully starting with a farmer या फिर एक ट्रक ड्राइवर जो वो बेसिकली बोल रहे हैं कि ऑफ लेट आनंद प्रकाश हैज बीन ट्राइंग हिज हैंड इन टेरेस फार्मिंग। ओके, सो वो टेरेस फार्मिंग की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। क्यों कर रहे हैं? ठीक है, एंड हु इज ही? नॉट द एंशियंट मेथड दैट so basically it is not the ancient method that originated in South America. South America में ये मेथड ओरिजिनेट हुआ था, which involves cutting steps into hillsides टू ग्रो क्रॉप्स। जैसे आपको दिख रहा है यहाँ पे पिक्चर में, आपको राइट साइड दिख रहा है, बस वही बात हो रही है। ठीक है, वही ट्राई कर रहे हैं वो। तो ये कोई बहुत नई बात नहीं है, साउथ अफ्रीका में ओरिजिनेट हुई है, साउथ अमेरिका में ओरिजिनेट हुई है, हमें पता चल रहा है कहाँ पे। ठीक है, फॉर हिम टेरेस फार्मिंग सिंपली मीन्स ग्रोइंग वेजिटेबल्स एंड लीफी ग्रीन्स ऑन हिज रूफटॉप। फॉर हिम दिस इज द थिंग, बट व्हाई इज ही डूइंग सो? ठीक है, सो हम वो देखते हैं। with prices of basic food items going through the roof. okay, so basic चीजों के बेसिक फूड प्राइसेस जो होते थे ना, उसके प्राइसेस भी बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ते जा रहे हैं। आप तूर दाल का प्राइस देखोगे, वो अकेले ही 60% बढ़ गया है 2 years में। ठीक है, प्रकाश said he had been forced to grow his own food, because of the price increase। आपको मजबूर हो आप, we had to reduce the quantity of nutritious items like pulses and vegetables in our diet. We almost never buy and cannot afford any fruit other than occasional banana, he explained. I'm lucky someone gifted me a cow, at least there's milk at home, otherwise milk भी इतना महंगा हो गया है, right? After spending on food and paying for private education for 2 children, I'm left with nothing. और ये तो अपना केस बता भी रहे हैं। ठीक है, सो वाइल दे मे नॉट बी फॉलोइंग प्रकाश का दिक्कत, बट देर आर मिलियन ऑफ इंडियंस जो अपने आप को एक सेम तरह की सिचुएशन में पा रहे हैं बिकॉज ऑफ सो मच ऑफ इंक्रीज इन फूड प्राइजेस एंड मिल्क लेटली। सो बेसिक फूड नेसेसिटीज का प्राइजेस बढ़ता जा रहा है। ठीक है, ये डेटा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है एवरीवन, ये हाईलाइटेड पार्ट प्लीज देखिए कि इन अ पेपर रिलीज लास्ट मंथ द रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया नोटेड दैट द फूड इन्फ्लेशन एवरेज। यहाँ में ना मैं आपको नॉर्मली डेटाज याद रखने को नहीं बोलती, मैं नहीं बोलती कि आप नंबर्स याद रखो, पर मेरा कंसर्न ये है कि वो आपको लास्ट 8 ईयर का डेटा बता रहे हैं, वो भी 4 ईयर में ब्रेक करके। 2016 जब डिमोनेटाइजेशन आया था से लेके 2020 जब कोविड आया था, तो ये पूरे ड्यूरेशन में फिर भी प्राइस इंक्रीज जो था वो 2.9% था। तब से लेके जो नेक्स्ट 4 ईयर्स आए, जो हमारे रिकवरी पीरियड थे, उसमें फूड इन्फ्लेशन ने ऑलमोस्ट 4 साल की एवरेज दिखाई है 6.3%। ठीक है, अब उससे भी बड़ी बात यह है कि इसको ये बोला गया है कि ये जो हाई फूड इन्फ्लेशन है ना, सेंट्रल बैंक ये वार्न कर रहा है कि ये एंडेमिक टर्न हो चुका है। एंडेमिक मतलब कि अब ये खत्म तो नहीं हो रहा। ठीक है, ये चलता रहेगा। दिस हैज बीन अनाउंस्ड एज एंडेमिक। while consumers have been left reeling by inflation, farmers have not seen their incomes multiply, right? So if consumers are in a way, अभी आप आगे देखोगे कि अगर मैं कंज्यूमर हूँ और मैं किसी चीज के 150 पे कर रही हूँ, फार्मर के पास अभी भी 30 रुपीज ही पहुंच रहे हैं। सो इमेजिन ये इतना बड़ा गैप, राइट? सो आप डायरेक्ट अगर फार्मर आपको बेचने लगे तो आपको भी सस्ता पड़ेगा, फार्मर को भी। ये एक तरीका हो सकता है, एंड आई थिंक वी विल रीड अबाउट इट समवेयर और द अदर। दिस इज व्हाट माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग सेज अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर लाइन। Okay, that's because high crop prices, be it of pulses, vegetables, or cereals, have often resulted from climate-induced production losses. So, वो क्या कह रहे हैं? Climate-induced production losses क्या होगा everyone? Climate-induced production losses आपका आता है supply shock. ठीक है, अब मैं आपको हमेशा बताती हूँ, आपको जब मैं ग्राफ भी बना के दिखाती हूँ किसी भी चीज का, ये डिमांड है, ये सप्लाई है। अब सप्लाई शॉक अगर लगेगा और सप्लाई पीछे चली जाएगी तो ये प्राइसेस है, ये क्वांटिटी है। तो किसी भी चीज की प्राइस अगर पहले 30 रुपीज थे, अब वो 50-60 हो जाएंगे। वो डिपेंड करता है सप्लाई शॉक कितना मेजर लगा है, सप्लाई ग्राफ कितना पीछे जाएगा उतने प्राइस बढ़ेंगे, यानी जितना बड़ा सप्लाई शॉक उतना ज्यादा इंक्रीज इन प्राइसेस, राइट? ये तो मैं आपको डिमांड एंड सप्लाई के ग्राफ से बता रही हूँ। सो क्या बात हो रही है कि इनफैक्ट ट्रेड पॉलिसीज सच एज एक्सपोर्ट रिस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन सीरियल्स एंड ड्यूटी फ्री इंपोर्ट्स ऑफ ऑयल सीड्स हैव नेगेटिवली इम्पैक्टेड फार्म इनकम। अब ना ये ड्यूटी फ्री इंपोर्ट ऑफ ऑयल सीड्स ये क्यों बोल रहे हैं ना उन्होंने नेगेटिव करा है, इसका भी मैं आपको रीजन बताऊंगी। इसी के साथ साथ ये जो ट्रेड पॉलिसीज हैं हमारी कंट्री में, बेसिकली इकोनॉमी देख के काम नहीं हो रहा है आज की डेट में, पॉलिटिक्स देख के हो रहा है। तो कहीं भी इलेक्शन होता है वहां पे आप कभी भी एक्सपोर्ट ट्रेड पॉलिसीज में एक्सपोर्ट रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा देते हैं। अब इमेजिन जहाँ स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है, कोई कंट्री है, आप वहां पे वो आपके एक्सपोर्ट्स आप एक्सपोर्ट करोगे किसी चीज का, वो उस पर डिपेंडेंट है। अब आप तो कभी भी एक्सपोर्ट रिस्ट्रिक्शन लगा रहे हो, वो कंट्री को तो हैम्पर हो रहा है, उसको तो अपनी पॉपुलेशन का ख्याल रखना है, उनको तो जो खाना है वो खिलाना है। तो आपने एक बार ऐसा करा, दो बार, तीसरी बार से वो किसी और से मंगाने लगेंगे, वो कहेंगे आप पे डिपेंडेंसी छोड़ रहे हैं क्योंकि आपकी खुद की ही पॉलिसीज में स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है, राइट? सो ये चीज नेगेटिवली हार्म कर रही है, हमारे इंप्रेशन जो नेगेटिव हो रहा है, सॉफ्ट पावर जो हमारी अफेक्ट हो रही है, वो चीज आपके फार्मर्स को भी इम्पैक्ट कर रही है। ठीक है, अब सबसे पहले देख लेते हैं हाउ रेन्स इम्पैक्ट प्राइसेस। One factor, rainfall, plays an outsized role in determining how farmers and consumers fare each season. But nothing is set in stone. A bumper harvest can lead to a crash in farm gate prices, whereas freak weather crop events can cause widespread damage to crops, leading to a price spike. Okay, हम अभी भी supply shock की ही बात कर रहे हैं. Even so, not every farmer will gain. Only the lucky few whose harvest is spared benefit. ठीक है, जिनका बच गया हार्वेस्ट, जिनकी बच गई वो बेनिफिट हो जाएंगे बस, और क्या होगा इससे ज्यादा। इन दी पास्ट ईयर्स खारिफ सीजन कब होता है? आप पुराने वीडियोस भी देखो, मैं लिंक कर दूंगी यहाँ पे कहीं। बट खारिफ सीजन हमारा होता है समर क्रॉप्स, ठीक है, यानी जिसको आप सो करते हो समर में और अब हार्वेस्ट करने का टाइम आएगा। आउटपुट हैज बीन मोस्ट एट रिस्क ड्यू टू अनइवन रेन्स। तो अनइवन रेन्स आपने देखा होगा बहुत हुई है इस साल, ठीक है, कभी होती ही नहीं है, कभी बहुत ज्यादा हो रही होती है, कोई एक मतलब प्रिडिक्शन स्टेबिलिटी नहीं है, कि बहुत अनइवन नेचर है रेनफॉल का। एंड वन कैन नेवर बी सर्टेन ऑफ हाउ थिंग्स विल प्ले टिल क्रॉप्स आर हार्वेस्टेड, said Anand Chandra, co-founder and executive director of Arya.ag. Arya.ag के co-founder and executive director he is, and what he's saying is कि there is no guarantee of what will happen. There's no certainty for a farmer. He doesn't know that when he'll carry his crops to the market or till the harvest. Sorry, he's saying that when he'll carry his when crops will be harvested, what will happen, he doesn't know. But I will take it one step ahead and I will say that farmers have no certainty till the time they get I mean they harvest their crops. But even after harvesting the crops, when they'll take it to the market, till that point also there's no certainty, because if there are cartels being formed in the market, or if there's price domination, they are not paying you, they are buying from somebody else, even then you have a lot of uncertainty if we take it one step ahead. Okay, so you can say Arya, the director, is saying this, and founder of Equipoise Classes is taking it one step ahead. I mean, that is up to my knowledge. If you find it wrong, if you find my logical reasoning wrong, you can definitely comment and we can again do a healthy discussion. Okay. Then excess rainfall ahead of harvest is possibility this year. And the India, basically, जो IMD हमारा focus department है, they are saying or they are depicting a wet summer. So what will happen is, with rain expected to cross more than 109%, okay, of the long पीरियड एवरेज, लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज यानी 50 years हमने लॉन्ग पीरियड लिया है यहाँ पे, तो अगर हम इसको एवरेज आउट करें तो उसके एवरेज के को भी हम 109% से बीट करेगा ये वाला सितंबर. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी अ वेट सितंबर. ओके, intense rains are expected where in northwest and in northern states including Rajasthan, Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and heavy rains coupled with strong winds can lead to lodging when grain filled crops fall. सो जो जो क्रॉप्स है जो ऑलमोस्ट हार्वेस्टिंग पे आ चुकी हैं, जिनमें ग्रेन फिल्ड है, ऊपर ग्रो हो रही है ना, तो ग्रो हो रही है, ऊपर ग्रेन्स है, अब वो हैवी विंड, अगर रेनफॉल कपल्ड विद हैवी विंड होगी, वो गिर जाएंगी. वो भारी है ना, वो भारी है तो वो गिर जाएंगी क्योंकि नीचे वापस आना शुरू हो गया, तो उसको लॉजिंग कहते हैं. ठीक है, सो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है. Then La Nina conditions cooler than usual equatorial Pacific Ocean temperature. So what is La Nina is basically movement of cold winds towards Australia, Pacific, नॉर्थ पैसिफिक एंड साउथ पैसिफिक. सो पैसिफिक ओशन जो है आपका, वहां से ऑस्ट्रेलिया की साइड जब मूव हो रही है, कोल्डर विंड्स आ रही हैं, तो ये ला नीना एक्सपेक्टेड है, तो हमारी तरफ भी आएंगी. ठीक है, विच आर एसोसिएटेड विद हायर रेन्स इन इंडिया, दे ब्रिंग हायर रेनफॉल इन इंडिया विद देम, are likely to develop by end of September, the IMD said on 31st August. All right. So the forecast for October when Kharif harvesting begins will be issued late in September because we cannot be very sure what will happen in this wet September as predicted. Okay. Then at the moment, the prognosis is uncertain. Everything is uncertain. And after an 11% deficit in June, that is what we are saying. What we mean by uneven is not a surplus or a deficit. What we are saying is 11% deficit tha June mein. Deficit means we lacked rainfall by 11% of the normal average. And now in September, it is expected to cross even 109% of what your long period average. So this is very, very uneven. Okay. Then they are giving the data also. You don't need to remember this data. It's just that what they're trying to explain is just hold on. Yeah, so we'll continue from where we left. And what happens is that what they are trying to say is that in June, we had a deficit of 11%, that we were falling off the expected rainfall by 11%. And in July, we were in surplus, like 9% excess rainfall happened. And again, a staggering 16% excess rain in August. And now again, we are expecting a surplus this season. All right. Intense rains and short spells drowned parts of several cities, led to massive landslides in multiple states, and caused severe floods in some. So this is about the rainfall in broad that we are talking of. Then, but the positive side is that rain seemed to have revived the farm sector with no report of widespread damage. Yani, there is till date there has been no report of a severe damage. Maybe rains have saved the farmers also. Okay, so data from Agriculture Ministry shows, let me share the highlight. Okay, data from Agriculture Ministry show that as of 23rd August, Kharif sowing had been completed on 106.5 million hectares, close to the seasonal previous 5 years average area, that was 109.5 million hectares. All right. So now, during the June and October Kharif season, farmers grow crops such as, so it is June to October Kharif season, summer season kab tak hai? June to October. Okay. Then farmers grow crops as such as cereal, pulses, oil seeds, as well as sugarcane and cotton. This year, planting of rice and pulses has exceeded the 2023 level and is nearly at par for oilseeds and sugarcane. All of this is expected to lower prices in the food basket except for wheat. So rice prices, you will see later that your prices will increase. Sorry, your prices will reduce. So sorry. Why? Because the supply has increased. You can see that it has already crossed 2023 level. So firming up to prices may prompt. If you're now talking about wheat, so wheat ka prices may prompt the government to allow import and undertake open market sales. Prices are likely to soften in the coming months, said Arya.ag's Chandra, as we got to know him just a few minutes ago. So, wheat prices are a concern as some traders estimate the actual March or April harvest output is lower than the government's projection. So, government projected something for wheat, let's say a base 100, and farmers are expecting that it is not even 100, it is less than that. So, if there is a deficit, we will need to import, and then the price may increase. So, for prices increase, government will have to control it by open market sales and everything. All right. So that's the viewpoint. Then view from the farm. Let's get to know a viewpoint of a farmer. So Amit Ranguvanshi, 32, a farmer from Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh, manages close to 100 acre of family land. So in Vidisha is in Madhya Pradesh, and he's a 32-year-old farmer there, and he manages close to 100 acre of family land. They have it. He's happy that the rains have been bountiful this year, but the prospect of a fall in crop prices, which will eat into his profits, is an unwelcome wrinkle. So now see, something or the else will happen. Either your output will be lower, then the prices will be higher. If the output is good, then prices will obviously be lesser, and your profit will make a hole in your pocket. Until 3 years ago, Raghuvanshi, like most of the farmers in the region, used to plant soybean, a commercial crop used to make edible oil and protein rich animal feed. But as freak rain hit soy harvests regularly, farmers in the region switched to premium varieties of rices. So, right now, we are speaking of a concept. I'll just write it down. I will ask a question from you all, and please answer in the comment box if at all you're watching this video diligently. Just let me know one thing. If you were the farmer, would you prefer to grow a crop that suits your soil versus that suits the market? इन अ वे अगर आपकी सॉइल को कुछ सूट कर रहा है पर वो आपको पैसे नहीं दे रहा, एंड मार्केट में कोई ऐसा क्रॉप जो आपकी सॉइल को इतना सूट नहीं कर रहा बट वो पैसे और आपका प्रॉफिट पूरा बना रहा है. सो if not you're a UPSC writer, other than writing in the answer paper, every farmer will prefer something that suits the market because everybody is concerned with their own pockets, and which is why they've been switching from soybean to rice. Because what is happening, rice is a rational choice because government procures rice government MSP देता है, आपको पता है इससे नीचे प्राइस नहीं फॉल होगा. राइस पे आपको बहुत सारे बेनिफिट मिलते हैं. सो ओके, राइस कैन टॉलरेट द पीरियोडिक हैवी रेन्स एंड यील्ड्स मोर. राइस का बेसिकली क्या हो रहा है, आपका पर हेक्टेयर यील्ड भी ज्यादा है, ठीक है, इनटू प्राइस भी ज्यादा है, प्रॉफिट भी ज्यादा है, और कभी कुछ हो गया तो गवर्नमेंट का MSP है. There are a lot many benefits. That is why farmers are switching to rice. Okay. In comparison, soybean is a low yielding crop and farm gate prices have stayed sluggish for a prolonged period. So prices have also not been increasing in that field. And then they start importing cheap oils because soybean is also helpful in making oils, but you resort to imports, which is why farmers are also going anti soybean production. Then currently wholesale soybean prices are close to levels seen in a decade back. So, which is like not a major increase or something good that we have seen. The growth that we have seen in soybean has not taken place that we would like to see. Okay, so by switching to rice, Raghuvanshi and his family took calculated risk. Vidisha's soil is not suited to grow rice. Okay, so as I'm saying, soil versus market. So Raghuvanshi chose market. That is his profit. And after a few harvests, it turned hard pan. So because the soil is not supporting, Vidisha is the place in Madhya Pradesh where he owns 100 acre of land, and that soil is not meant to grow rice. But if you constantly keep on growing rice, the soil will turn hard. Which is why you will have to leave the soil for maybe 1 year. You have to, leave it fallow. Fallow means you're growing nothing for a few months. Okay, so forming a dense layer, and this year, Raghuvanshi left about 20-acre fallow just to let it recover after 3 seasons of planting rice. Understood? So, 3 years ago, they used to plant soybean, but it did not show any growth. So, they had to switch to rice. And now, since they are continuously sowing rice on 100 acre of land, the land has turned hard pan, which is why he's now resorting to leaving 20 acre land, so that once 20 acre land recovers, then he'll leave another 20 acre, and then that's how, I mean, he will not hamper the entire production of his. So yeah, that's how he's working towards the recovery. This year, family decided to plant long grain basmati rice, okay, which commands a premium, even though Madhya Pradesh is not a designated basmati growing area under the Indian geographical conditions, but because it demands a premium amount and it gives you more profit. So you're doing everything in your capacity to get the higher profits. That is something which is happening. 2 years back, we sold basmati unmilled paddy at rupees 3800 to rupees 4200 per quintal. 5 months back, the wholesale prices were 3200 per quintal. There is more than a month and a half left to harvest, but prices have already dipped close to 2500. Okay, so that is the scene. Now awaiting for a breather, awaiting a breather. So yeah, how are we awaiting a breather? Softening prices of rice, the main kharif crop, will come as a relief for the government, which has been struggling to cool food prices. According to the Department of Consumer Affairs, as on 31st August, they said, the article is huge, you can see, average retail prices were about 1.8% lower month 1.8% lower month on month. So prices are basically reducing, and government is happy that the prices are reducing. Over the past few months, the high prices of vegetables due to an intense summer impulse have been a sore point for consumers. Consumers are suffering, like pulses prices are increasing, vegetables are expensive, while cereal inflation was largely under control due to improving domestic supplies. Supply ठीक है देखा, government shocks नहीं होंगे, and supply is fine, then your prices won't hit that peak. Then India's latest GDP print releasing on 30th August showed the farm sector grew just 2% in April to June quarter, lower than 3.7% growth in year ago period. So we are growing very slow, like at a slower pace as compared to the previous year, same months previous year. So cereal prices will be benign going ahead, and prices of most varieties of pulses are likely to moderate due to higher sowing, aided by sufficient rainfall. Okay, so all these things, something that they are predicting. So let's go to now this paragraph. Sharma added the most volatile component in the food basket, prices of items like tomato and potato. So you would have known there was a thing called top, tomato, onion, and potato. So tomato and potato will cool in the coming months due to higher production in cold stores liquidating stocks. The sole outlier is onion. So the outlier is onion. Tomato and potato will not cause so much of problem this year. Problem will be caused by onion, where prices can flare up. Okay, already they are saying. Currently, demand for onion is being met by a reduced winter crop. But harvest in April or May. The Kharif harvest will only arrive in the markets by October. तो हमें तभी पता चलेगा. This means that the overall prices of food and beverage, which have a 46% weight in India's retail inflation basket, could see significant moderation from high earlier this year. Retail food inflation, which was 9.4% in June, moderated to 5.4% in July, primarily due to the base effect of high food prices in July 2023. Base effect, yani, because we are comparing it to previous year 2023. That is why it got reduced, because it was really high in July 2023. That is why July 24 ka prices you can see reduction because of the base effect. Not nominally, they may not have reduced, but the real effect that you're seeing after comparing the base year, then you can see the reduction. Only economic student will understand what I'm trying to convey. Brewing discontent, sorry. To be sure, surplus rainfall is not the only reason behind the benign food price outlook. So not the surplus price is the only thing. Since 22, India has imposed a clutch of trade measures, including restricting exports of cereals to ramp up local supplies and government stocks. After a heat wave crippled the wheat crop in 2022, it banned wheat exports. So what are we doing is we are constantly, something that is hit, the prices of something that is hit, we ban or we restrict on the exports, so that local supplies are intact. At least we don't get to face domestic supply shocks, at least. So बाहर नहीं देंगे, क्योंकि अगर 100 ही है, if the quantity is 100 that has been produced domestically, either the 100 entirely can be given to domestic people, or it partially it can be feeded to domestic and then it can be exported. But when they restrict exports, that means they're keeping it for their own people first, right? So in 22 and 23 year, multiple restrictions were imposed on rice following uneven rains and a lower harvest, and these continue till date. The government imposed a minimum export price of $950 per ton on premium basmati rice, banned exports of white and broken rice, and imposed a 20% export duty on parboiled rice. Okay, as a result, India's non-premium rice exports fell. ठीक है, गिरेंगे ही। अब लोग लेंगे नहीं, फिर लोग क्या करेंगे? उनको पता है आप तो हर बार तंग कर रहे हो, सो वो किसी और कंट्री से लेने लगेंगे। बट इसके लिए आपका एक बेस भी तो जाएगा, वे यू कॉन्स्टेंटली एक्सपोर्ट, यू विल नॉट हैव दैट कंट्री एनीमोर, right? The void created by India withdrawing from global market is filled by other rice growing countries, damaging its reputation as a reliable supplier, said Delhi based exporter who did not want to be named. It's time the government eases these restrictions. This will benefit farmers. The market has ample stock and prices will dip further if restrictions are not lifted. Okay. So, okay, we have read till here and we have still a lot more to read. We've only covered half of it. So what and now and why ये सब देख लेंगे, फटाफट से इसको आगे का कवर करते हैं आर्टिकल, ठीक है? According to traders, the government could lower minimum export price on basmati in view of assembly election in Haryana. ठीक है, so they are saying कि अभी इलेक्शन आ रहे थे तो अब तो एटलीस्ट कर लेते, so अभी भी नहीं करा. So balancing farmer and consumer interest is a tightrope walk for government. That's the thing. Government is both for producers and consumers. Once the producers are happy, consumers won't be happy. Consumers are happy, producers won't be happy. So you have to, balancing them as a tightrope walk. So, farmer groups often complain that their prospects are hit by the government's efforts to rein in food inflation. Oil seeds are a case in point. They are saying for oil seeds, government did not support just because of other things. So, which is why that problem is there. So, over the past 2 years, low edible oil prices globally have cushioned the Indian consumer. For several months now, inflation in edible oil has been in negative territory, ranging from this to, you don't have to remember the data. Our only concern is, जैसे अभी है, edible oil continue to be a sweet spot for government inflation managers. Data from Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations show that the international vegetable oil prices were 28% cheaper in July 24. So oil seeds इतना सेंस नहीं मेक कर रही, ठीक है? अदर देन ऑयल सीड्स, इंडियाज इंपोर्ट्स ऑफ पल्सेस आर ऑन राइज. क्यों ऐसा हमने पिछली वीडियोस में देखा था, बिकॉज यील्ड्स ऑफ पल्सेस आर लो इन इंडिया, प्राइजेस are low, so people are not getting enough profits, so they are switching in India to rice and wheat. So ये कौन पूरा करेगा pulses का requirement? So that is why India's import are on increase. ठीक है? Due to low output in 22 and 23, India's pulses import bill shot up. So this year's kharif output will be critical as inflation in pulses has consistently stayed in double digit for the past several months. In July, prices of pulses were about 15% steeper compared to last year. Prices are likely to soften because domestic production is expected to be better. डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्शन इस बार एक्सपेक्टेड है बेटर होने के लिए, सो प्राइसेस थोड़े से बेटर होंगे. ठीक है, द क्रॉप is excellent in countries like Canada, Australia, and Mozambique. So, the countries from where we import, there the crops are good. This will lead to lower domestic prices for tur and chana for both varieties. Currently, prices are 16 to 17% higher, as we have already read in the previous article. Endemic का risk देख लेते हैं. The economic survey released in July made a case for excluding food items from India's inflation. ये काफी debatable, this has been a debatable issue that from food item the inflation, let's just exclude food items from India's inflation targeting point because they are out of control and they show inflation at a very high rate, double digit. So monetary policy tools such as interest rate tweaks are meant to tame inflation arising from excess demand. Those cannot be deployed to control your food prices, which are mostly determined by supply side factors. As we know, supply side factors are the main cause. Supply hit हो जाती है, वो supply shocks जो है वो problem दे रहे हैं. ठीक है? I'll just put it here. I'm tired of carrying the mic. Yeah. So, okay, the RBI paper cited earlier made a counter argument warning that high food inflation had turned endemic. Again, we said it in the beginning also that high food inflation has turned endemic. That means it is here to stay. Co-authored by Deputy Governor Michael Debrata Patra, it is said that a cautious monetary policy approach is warranted to squelch the propagation of food inflation pressures into more generalized inflation. What does it mean? Okay, this means that central government is unlikely to ease rates unless food prices soften considerably. For now, all hopes rest on a bountiful Kharif harvest. Okay, for consumers, any tempering in food inflation now will largely be optical because of the build-up in prices over the past few years, said Crystal Sharma. So Crystal is an organization, वहाँ पे शर्मा जी हैं, उन्होंने बोला है, ठीक है, meaning while moderation can negatively impact farm incomes and have a bearing on rural wages and demand, households may not perceive it as a great relief because households are already suffering in a lot of things. So even if the prices of tur dal does not increase from here on, having spiked already 60% in 2 years, it will not make a material difference or safer cushion for households because वो तो कह रहे 2 साल में पहले ही 60% बढ़ा दिया यार, अब यहाँ से तुम नहीं बढ़ा रहे तो कोई एहसान थोड़ी है, बढ़ा तो पहले ही हुआ है ना, सो उनके लिए कोई बड़ी रिलीफ नहीं है. ओके, इट विल नॉट मेक अ मटेरियल डिफरेंस. देन tomatoes currently at rupees 50 a kg also remain expensive, although they are 20% cheaper than the record high of last August, sparked by a supply shortfall. In other words, Prakash will continue to potter about this terrace farming. सो स्टार्ट किया था हमने प्रकाश साहब से, वो टेरेस फार्मिंग कर रहे थे, वो कह रहे हैं मैं वही करता रहूंगा क्योंकि मुझे आप कितना ही आपने फार्मर साइड समझा दिया, कंज्यूमर साइड समझा दिया, सब समझा के भी मेरे को ये समझ आया है कि गवर्नमेंट के लिए कुछ रिलीफ होगी तो होगी डेटा दिखाने में, कंज्यूमर के लिए अभी भी कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है एंड फार्मर के लिए कोई फायदा नहीं है क्योंकि उसका अगर आउटपुट बढ़ भी रहा है उसके लिए प्राइसेस नहीं बढ़ रहे हैं, कम हो रहे हैं और उसको एक्सपोर्ट नहीं करने दिया जा रहा, तो खुश तो दोनों ही नहीं है. एज बी करेक्टली सेड, इट्स अ टाइट रोप वॉक एंड इट इज अ टाइट रोप वॉक. सो एवरीबडी इज परेशान, सो कह रहे मैं तो करता रहूंगा जो कर रहा हूँ, आप अपना डेटा डेटा खेलते रहो. सो व्हाट दिस आर्टिकल वाज ऑल अबाउट, फर्स्ट यू सी द अनटेम्ड, let's see, they are showing the data due to recurrent climate shock. You see, everything is happening because of supply shock majorly, as we already know. High food inflation has become endemic. RBI said, आप देख रहे हो ये चले जा रहा है. उसके बाद हम कर रहे हैं बेटर डेज अहेड. अब बेटर डेज अहेड ठीक है, प्राइसेस आपको दिखने को मिलेगा, चीजें की इंक्रीज है ईयर ऑन ईयर में. एरिया है, एरिया दिखने को मिल रहा है, कितना एरिया धीरे धीरे कम होता जा रहा है, कितना एरिया पैडी का सबसे ज्यादा एरिया है, ठीक है, और ईयर ऑन ईयर इंक्रीज कितना है, ये आपको राइट हैंड साइड दिख रहा है, 4% to 5% ईयर ऑन ईयर इंक्रीज हो रहा है. तो ये आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे डेटा को. एंड इफ यू वांट आई विल शेयर द आर्टिकल सो दैट यू आल्सो गो थ्रू पेशेंटली. देन हाई एंड ड्राई यू कैन सी the data, you can see yourself. Let's conclude this article by reading what this article was all about. This article was basically about surging food inflation that has forced millions of poor Indians to economize in all kinds of ways to put food on the table. Tur dal prices alone have shot up 60% in last 2 years. And while consumers have been left reeling by inflation, farmers have not seen their incomes multiply because high crop prices are often the result of climate induced output losses. Okay, so कोई फायदा नहीं हो रहा कि बेचारों का, या तो अगर 100 आउटपुट होता और तब 100 प्राइसेस होता तो वो मानते, या तो आउटपुट 70 हो जाता है तो प्राइस 101 हो जाता है तो भी कोई खास फायदा नहीं है, या फिर आउटपुट 110 हो जाता है तो प्राइसेस 70 हो जाता है तो भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. For them, this was something that was needed to farmers. Both these things are not a major game for farmer, but the losses of consumers because consumer is still facing increase in prices. Because once the price has been increased, it won't reduce. If even it reduces for one crop, doesn't make sense for the consumer as a whole. So uski basket bahut zyada change nahi ho rahi. So both of them are not happy. Okay. Now, what we can be only hopeful ki household sector happy nahi hai. Producer sector happy nahi hai, at least government sector hi happy ho jaye. This is the best we can expect. So the bountiful monsoon promises to revive the farm sector, but excess rains close to harvesting of kharif crops are still a risk. As we said, lodging हो सकती है, जो heavy grain crops हैं वो गिर सकती हैं, so वो भी एक problem हो सकती है. Overall prices are expected to soften. अभी expected है, अभी आगे rainfall का क्या condition रहता है, only that will suggest what is actually going to happen. And with that, we have come to an end of this video. I hope you like this way, and see, you can also see ki had I just covered up a few points, we would have missed some important points. So that is why it was important to read this article out loud so that you can read it with me. And that's what I did. I keep on changing ways of doing things because one way can be monotonous for you as well. Let me know how you found it, and like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, meaningful conversations would be really great in the comment box. But if some people would want to come and take out their random life frustrations on the comment section just by commenting anything stupid, sorry, it won't be tolerated, at least on my channel. So yeah, that's the point or disclaimer that I wanted to put across. With that, I really hope you all are happy and in healthy spirits, and I'll see you next time with the next video. Till then, take care, guys. And also, a new announcement that I made, already we have come to an end of season 1 of assignment uploads. So next week, I think we are done with this. Uske next week, we'll read Tamil Nadu ka book this way. जैसे हमने न्यूज़पेपर में पढ़ा, हम डायरेक्ट बुक में से कॉन्सेप्ट्स पढ़ेंगे. And that book is not only helpful for people who are preparing for any competitive exams, but also people who are going to appear for CUET and class 12th. अगर आप CBSE में भी हैं तो भी you can give it a read with me directly. At least you can read the topics that coincide with your topics so that you have a better clarity of what you are doing. With that, we have come to an end, and I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take care, guys, and bye.